Pencil Partners, a Carnal Carnival, and Beyonce's vacation plans. Slow News Day. These stories and more are coming up. News Scene 4 starts right now.
She's so great. Good evening. Today is Thursday, April 11th. I'm Leah Freeman.
And I'm Sam White here with your top stories. As the weather gets better, more and more students will be out walking around campus and Geneseo on weekend nights. It is important to remember that Geneseo does have policies for students in their off-campus conduct. They need to be followed to avoid fines and court hearings. Last school year, over 100 students were held accountable for possession of a fake ID, and 80 were ticketed for open container violations. Violators of these two policies pay fines and get community service. The reported fine for a fake ID is between $250 and $300. As for open container regulations, make sure if you're transporting alcohol off campus that it is unopened and its original bottle to avoid tickets. Also make sure that you are aware that noise ordinance policies are enforced. Any unnecessary noise from any source between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. that can be heard 60 feet from its source or beyond a property line is considered a noise ordinance violation. You can view more information online at offcampus.geneseo.edu. Be sure to avoid those violations and have fun now that spring's almost upon us.
Today, Pencil Partners of Rochester, Leadership Rochester, and Teamworks paired up with Residence Life and Writers House to welcome 4th grade students from Rochester to Geneseo for a day of fun. The students were exposed to life on a college campus with hopes of completing their education in the future. The students of PS 28 had a great day.
The Student Association will be sponsoring a trip to Albany on April 22nd to lobby New York State's legislators about maintaining Geneseo's funding. In past years, Geneseo's funding has been cut by the state, forcing the school to take drastic measures to cut costs, most notably with the cut of 3 departments 2 years ago. This trip gives students the opportunity to go lobby lawmakers to make sure that this does not happen again. Going on the trip will excuse you from your classes that day. Be sure to sign up at the SA ticket office in the basement of the Union by tomorrow, April 12th. A $5 deposit will be required to hold your place, but it will be returned to you once on the bus. The bus will leave the Union the morning of April 22nd at 6 a.m. and return at 10 p.m. For more information, email sasa@geneseo.edu.
The annual Student Juried exhibition is now open for viewing to students. The exhibition is held in the Lederer Gallery, and this year there will be a People's Choice Award. Students can go to the exhibit and vote on the piece of art that they like the most. You can email your People's Choice vote to hawkins@geneseo.edu. The winner will be announced tomorrow, April 12th, and receive a $25 prize, so be sure to visit and vote.
Tomorrow, April 12th at 5 p.m., Democracy Matters will be holding a rally on the lawn of the Livingston County Courthouse to protest New York's broken political system. There will be discussions on campaign finance reform, education reform, prison privatization, hydrofracking, and civil rights. The rally will also feature live entertainment by many clubs in Geneseo. Be sure to show up and show your support for political reform.
According to a new survey by the Association of American Colleges and Universities, 93% of employers agreed that they prefer students with a broad knowledge in the liberal arts and sciences. The majority of employers also said that they look for grads with both field-specific skills as well as a broad range of knowledge. Looks like SUNY Geneseo was a good choice.
Good choice for you too, Leah?
I think it went pretty well.
Good. Well, we both appreciate the liberal arts education. So what do you think our weather will be like this weekend?
Jake Taylor has the answer when we come back.
Stay tuned.
Okay, yeah. Oh, good evening there, Geneseo. I'm Jake Taylor, your slightly appealing but mostly mysterious weatherman. Now, let's check out this weather, huh? Now, let's take a look. We have a couple high fronts, a couple low fronts, and a big old storm front moving in. So what does that mean? Well, let's just say that the weekend's not looking as good as it could be. We're definitely getting rain later tonight. We're getting rain tomorrow for certain. It's possible that we'll get some on Saturday, more likely so than not. And Sunday, that's still not looking good. By Monday, though, it should clear up, and it's actually going to look real nice Monday, but weekend, not so much. Let's take a look at our weather right now. New York State, what am I talking about? There we go. Now, take a look at this. And that pretty much is what the weekend's going to look like, too. It's not good. You thought the day was bad. It's going to be bad tomorrow, too. It's going to look just like this, and plenty of rain to go around. Let's look at the weather, eh? Right now, yep, 38 degrees, and it's actually going to drop down into the 20s tonight, I believe. However, it's unlikely that it's going to snow or anything like that, because it will, it will pick up and warm up tomorrow and everything. But do be prepared. Oh, what's this doing? What's it doing 37 degrees? Ignore that, Geneseo. All right, let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. There we go. Now, as we can see, by Monday, it's actually going to look really nice, but this weekend, it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to be relatively bad. So, I mean, if you folks are going out this weekend, which, well, I just might be myself, it will probably be a good idea to bring an umbrella or something like that, because it's going to be unpredictable. All right, well, have a good night, Geneseo, and we'll catch you back on Tuesday. Hopefully the weather will be better by that point. What am I doing?
Oh, thank you. Hi, I'm Amanda Shapiro, filling in for Jake Stewart with Your World News. British Prime Minister David Cameron announced that Margaret Thatcher's funeral service will occur on Wednesday, the 17th of April. Thatcher, a former Prime Minister known as the Iron Lady, died Monday in London following a stroke at the age of 87. According to the funeral will include full military honors, with both Queen Elizabeth and her husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, planning to attend. While Thatcher was a controversial leader, teaming up with President Reagan against communism, as well as breaking Britain's trade union movement, she accomplished much. May she rest in peace. Jay-Z and Beyonce's trip to Cuba was legal, according to a letter from a Treasury Department on Tuesday. While most U.S. citizens can travel to Cuba for tourism, with restrictions as early as 1962, recent changes under the Obama administration allow travel for cultural and educational exchanges, as long as they are approved by the Office of Foreign Asset Control. While Beyonce and Jay-Z's trips fulfill all the requirements, the Obama administration is under fire for allowing an economic lifeline for the Castro regime. China, the United States, and 3 Middle Eastern nations carried out the most executions last year, according to Amnesty International. While there was a global rise in desire for the removal of the death penalty, there were at least 682 confirmed executions worldwide last year, with China believed to have executed several thousand. Although government secrecy makes exact numbers impossible. In the United States, the number of executions and death sentences remains steady compared to 2011, while the number of states carrying out capital punishment continues to drop. Texas led with 15 executions, accounting for a third of the nationwide total in 2012, while California currently has the nation's largest death row population, with 727 inmates, although they have not carried out an execution since 2005.
So, Amanda, that's pretty interesting about Beyonce and Jay-Z in Cuba.
It sounds like they wanted to go on a cultural trip, and with recent restrictions lifted, they were able to do so.
And she is the queen.
She is the queen.
Isn't that right, Sam?
What's
your favorite Beyonce song?
I'm actually not a big Beyonce fan.
That's crazy. What's your favorite Jay-Z song?
It's crazy.
I'm not a huge Jay-Z fan either.
Wow.
Someone's uncultured.
But Beyonce and Jay-Z aren't, because they went to Cuba.
They went to Cuba.
And, all our lives are a little bit better for it.
They'll have plenty of pictures for baby Blue Ivy.
Yes.
Right, well.
Green Plant will have fun looking at those.
Right, thanks, Amanda.
Thanks, guys.
Leah Carnath will be next with our health news.
We'll be right back.
I'm Leah Carnath with Your Health News. A new study reports that there may be a stronger association between mental disorders and changing seasons than previously thought. It has recently been discovered that internet searches for information about mental illnesses follow seasonal patterns. Researchers that analyzed Google searches for mental health information saw that the number of searches was consistently higher during the winter than in the summer. Higher information searches for such mental health problems during the winter, including suicide, schizophrenia, bipolar disorders, and eating disorders, among others. Even though many know that some mental health conditions are linked to seasonal patterns, researchers were surprised to find a link between the seasons and many major mental disorders. More research is necessary to figure out how this information can be used in prevention and treatment programs. Researchers have found that college sports could raise players' risk for depression. Current and former college athletes of Division I sports participated in the study, revealing that depression was a shared trait in nearly 17% of current athletes compared with only 8% of former ones. The study suggests that the stress of playing a college sport may be more severe than anticipated. Stress may result from overtraining, injury, pressure to perform, and time management. It is recommended for parents, friends, and coaches to pay attention to any changes in behavior of college athletes. Being healthy may not only help you live longer, it may also help you find a job. For many companies, it is important that their workforce is healthy. According to DaVita, a Fortune 500 company, a healthier team actually does better work and leads a happier life, so that both the company and the individuals are better off if it's a healthier environment. The company also expects to save money by having lower insurance costs and fewer employees on sick leave. A market analyst believes that health may become a standard aspect of the job process.
That's really interesting, Leah, that health affects your ability to get hired.
Yes, it's definitely becoming more important in the workforce.
Well, it makes sense, for sure, you know, with the insurance.
There have also been some studies that psychologically people are just more likely to hire someone that...
That is attractive. I
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
was
right.
just
That's
telling
true.
Sam that. The poor little guy doesn't know anything. Oh, well, thanks, Leah.
Yep.
Entertainment is coming up next.
Stay right here on GSTV.
Like the racy version. Good evening, I'm Katie Traber, and here's what's up around Geneseo. Carl Orff's 20th century masterwork, Carmina Burana, is coming to Wadsworth Auditorium on Sunday, April 14th at 3 p.m. The performance will feature world-class class soloists, including 2003 Geneseo graduate Aaron McAllister. McAllister has been active building his own career as a professional countertenor, musical theater composer, and Broadway vocal coach. In addition to the Geneseo Chamber Singers, they will be joined by Fairport Polyphonic Singers, Genesee Valley Children's Choir, and Greater Buffalo Youth Orchestra, under the direction of Dr. Gerard Floriano. Tickets are $8 for students and $10 for the public, and are available at www.geneseo.edu/bbo/tickets. You won't want to miss this heart-pounding performance. Pride and WAC are hosting a Carnival on April 13th at 5:30 in the Union Ballroom. The carnival gives you a chance to play sexy games and win t-shirts, sex toys, candy, and more. There will be real circus performers along with carnival-style food. Tickets are only $6 for students and will be sold in the College Union through April 12th. All are welcome, so make sure to be there. Remember playing Twister when you were 7? How about trading snap bracelets on the school bus or copying newspaper print with Silly Putty? If you do, then come to the College Union Ballroom this Thursday, April 11th at 7:30 p.m. For a night in the 90s. There will be candies, snow cones, 90s board games, party favors, and more. Throughout the night, the event will be raising money for the Relay for Life, so donations are appreciated. Make sure to show your support and remember your childhood.
That 90s one sounds amazing. I personally loved the 90s.
Oh, I definitely love the 90s. I mean,
We
I
don't
was
have
only
many-
there for like
Yeah.
6 years, but still, it was a good.
No,
it was
they
a
were
good 6
great.
years.
They were very
Yeah.
great.
And we don't really have many decades to compare it to, but it was time that we grew up. What was your favorite Huggies? Which of the colors?
Oh, you know what? I think I liked the red.
Okay.
I
Leah?
liked the purple.
Okay.
Purple.
I was a purple fan too.
Really?
Yes, I was.
I don't
What
know.
about Freeze
Purple
Pops?
reminded me of cough syrup.
Oh yeah, that's,
Oh.
I don't know the flavor.
Freeze Pops had to
Red.
go with blue.
Pink.
Red.
Pink. Oh,
Pink
pink we're
all
good
the way.
too. Pink we're good too. Well, we can all reminisce about this by going to 90s night, huh?
Oh yeah, I
Sure,
can't
they'll have
wait.
all this. Great.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Katie. And now it's time to talk about the weather.
Jake, I'm so glad you made it here today. It sounded like you had a little bit of difficulty.
Oh, well, of course. I was doing good things for the community,
Yes,
like everyone else
that's what
should be
we hear.
doing.
That's what we hear. So Jake, for people going out tonight, looking like it's going to be kind of cold, huh?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Not only will it be relatively cold, it'll be relatively wet, too. There's actually a slight discrepancy. I've checked multiple weather stations, and one of them actually did state that it could possibly get into the 20s tonight.
Yikes.
However, there is a discrepancy there, so either way, it's definitely going to be wet, though. That's for certain. So, I mean, it might still be relatively warm, but that probably won't change things too much.
Boy, leave it to Geneseo. Just when we thought we were getting into spring, we're going back into winter for a little while longer.
Oh, well, absolutely, yeah. Well, the weather this year is unpredictable. I mean, I at least know up where I come from, like sometimes we still have snow up into June.
Yeah, well,
That's crazy.
that's nuts. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
Oh, of course, of course. Well, I mean, we can always hope.
All right. Thanks, Jake. Go back to Canada.
Ooh, that was a little mean.
Up next, we've got Colin Ludlam with Sound Off and some strange national news for you.
Stay right here on GSTV.
I'm Colin Ludlam with your sound off. Accidental Racist. That is the title of the new Brad Paisley LL Cool J collaboration. The title alone is enough to single "Proceed with Caution" for discerning first-time listeners. Those words, in that order, read immediately like a cop-out, an attempt to sidestep responsibility for prejudiced thoughts or actual racist behavior. Unfortunately, this is not Paisley's first foray into racial diplomacy. The country crooner has twice performed for the Obamas at the White House, and he wrote an anthem of sorts for the President Obama, "Welcome to the Future." After his election in 2008, in Camouflage, Paisley sings about his sympathy for those who find the stars and bars offensive, arguing that there are other ways to show your Southern pride. Consider another recent attempt at speaking forthrightly about racism. Last month, Philadelphia Magazine published a piece by Robert Huber about being white in Philly. We need to bridge the conversational divide. Huber wrote, in his defense of accidental racist, Schuster imagines millions of country fans soaking the song and in gradually becoming more tolerant of black people. It seems as though the fans will absorb all the wrong things from accidental racist, and there are plenty of wrong things to absorb.
Have you heard the track, Colin?
I actually have not.
Okay, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I was a little taken aback by the article.
Yeah, well, one of the things was the chorus is caught between Southern pride and Southern blame. And instead of saying shame, which would have worked exactly the same and given a message of, you probably should be ashamed of, the years of slavery and the Jim Crow laws and everything, and fighting a war so that you could keep people enslaved. Instead they went with blame, which is like, you're blaming us for something as if like it's a cop-out. Also, LL Cool J is on the single.
I don't understand
why
you would...
He tells Robert E. Lee to rest in peace.
Okay.
And he says that if white people forgive his gold chains, he'll forget about the iron chains of slavery.
Okay.
So it is, yikes! It is a yikes song.
Yikes indeed. Man.
Racism is bad.
Yes.
Thank you, Leah. Good job.
Good job. All right, thanks, Colin. Thanks. Hey, before we get into the weird news, we do have some breaking news coming out of CNN. They're reporting that a congressman has told them that North Korea may indeed have nuclear weapons that could be used at a low percentage of success with a ballistic missile to deliver them. So that's a little bit of scary news for you, but breaking just out of CNN. But now it's time for some crazy, wacky news while you sit on that one. Jeremiah Hartline, 19, is accused of stealing a 3-axle tractor truck Saturday, speeding down a California highway and then on its side, causing multiple wrecks. His excuse? Zombies. Quote, he was arrested at the crash scene and appeared to be in an altered state, claiming he was being chased by zombies, California Highway Patrol Officer Nathan Baer told a newspaper on Monday. It's unclear when the alleged zombies came into the picture, but the insanity began at a Riverside County way station. Hartline allegedly hijacked the big rig, which was loaded with strawberries, the Associated Press reports. He allegedly took down Interstate 15, sideswiping several vehicles and prompting multiple crashes that injured 7 people. He's suspected of striking 2 more cars before the semi jackknifed, blocking all 4 lanes of traffic. Hartline then fled the vehicle and tried to steal a van, but the van's driver detained him until police arrived. Don't do bath salts, kids.
Jason McDaniel apparently has a way with dogs, at least the one that was supposed to stop him from allegedly robbing a home in Wenatchee, Washington. McDaniel, 38, is accused of breaking into a residence on Saturday night and was still there when the homeowner came back to the house. He was standing there with the refrigerator door open and feeding their dog, Buddy, some pudding. Assistant Police Chief Dan Rearston told the Wenatchee World newspaper. McDaniel casually told the homeowners he was searching for a man he wanted to kill, but was informed that his intended target lived elsewhere. Gawker reported. He then made himself at home in the couple's rocking chair before deciding to leave. As he walked out, He called to Buddy the dog, who then followed McDaniel out the door, according to MSNO.com. Police tracked down McDaniel and arrested him, but Buddy remains on the lam, GeoBeats reported. He is described as a black lab pit bull with the white stripe down his chest, and people are advised to call the authorities if they find him.
Got the dog, huh?
Yep.
Good contribution. Well, that wraps up today's edition of News Scene 4. Be sure to watch this Monday for our next broadcast.
And remember, GSTV can film your clubs and events. For more information, email us at gstv@geneseo.edu. I'm Leah Freeman.
And I'm Sam White. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, Geneseo.